I had to play my game. This league is so easy. I gotta make it harder. Surprised you're not at Kyle's house.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on
What'd you say?
EA Sports. Fasten your seatbelts for one of the great divisional rivalries in the NFL. This is the first of 2 games between these teams this year, and you know it's going to be entertaining. It's the Armadillos going up against the Ravens. With that, up to Baltimore, standing by at M&T Bank Stadium are the 2 men who will call the action. That's Brandon
Justice. Oh, you said Justice. No, I don't know why I said
Thank you very much, Larry. While the
Justice.
skies may be ominous, there's never a bad day for football. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Austin Armadillos and the Baltimore Ravens.
Nope.
Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. They come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight. Meanwhile, for our visiting Austin ball club, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet. And both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
How would I have seen your haircut, dude?
A pair of 3-0 teams set to lock horns for the right to remain unbeaten. And we're off in week 4. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Oh, fuck, man.
So
My phone got
here
1%. I will
first
see you
look
that.
on offense. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the guy out of California, the former Cal Bear, Jared Goff.
While in college, quarterback teams that improved their win total from 1 his freshman year to 5 his sophomore year to 8 his junior year. Love that type of improvement. Love that type of diligence.
They go play action here on first down. And it's grabbed by Crockett Gilmore. And able to get this
Fucking
one
Ravens
across the
got Jared
45
Goff.
before he's brought
Fuck
down.
you, dude.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that. And having
Surprised me
your
that
eyes
Billy
in the
said
right
somebody
place.
scanned him, so
Sometimes
he's
your
trying
eyes
to
get
get him
clear
back.
about that play action there.
So he
That's right in the
looked
big
up their
guy
IP
getting it.
addresses and
Dump it
shit.
over top to it. On the screen
He
for
said, I'm
Arm.
about to fuck their
And he
whole
lost
day up.
6 there on the first
I
down
was, bro,
play.
you
You know
doing
the key
all
to a
this
good
with some
screen
damn
pass is, don't
ultimate
you?
team?
Bet you're going to tell me good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But
Because
first
he
is
was
get
trying to
active.
trade 2
You
players for
want to let the
1,
defenders
so
get
he sent the
past
trade
you.
for both
Leak
players,
out to whichever
but the
side
dude
or
only
even in the middle
accepted
where you
the
want to set up
offer
the
for
screen, and
the
then you
1
do your
player on the
blocking.
player
How
that
about the read, though, by the defensive
was
guys?
like a
They
bronze
weren't
player.
fooled
He
at
was
all
trash.
and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was
So he
and
kept
smothered it for a
this
loss of
player
yardage.
and
To me,
took
that's a
Billy's
superior
player.
play by the backer because he was allowed to, I think, run free on it and make that play. His defensive linemen, they cover things down for him because offensive guys, the linemen, what they're trying to do, as you know, is block the guy at the point of attack and then climb.
It's caught.
Bruh,
Inside
who the hell
25.
just snagged on him?
And give him a gain of 37.
I know they had good coverage downfield, but you have to wonder, on 3rd and long like that, how does that happen, that they can get that far downfield and complete a pass? You got to guard the sticks, understand where you are, so it's almost like someone fell asleep at the switch, and now that the play's been completed, they've got to dust themselves off on defense, pick it up, and figure out how to not let that happen again.
Yeah, it's hard to get the free throws. I'm lucky about to play 2K after this game. I need to make my stuff so. I'm about to make a new player.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to work. They showed off the athletic juke. Good little game there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Well, there's an example of patience being rewarded. Ran the ball on first down and got stuffed. Most people would scream, throw the ball here in this situation. They stayed with their roots, stayed with running the football, and they got rewarded.
I'm a shooting guard.
The tight end. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. Well, the coaches mentioned they weren't as concerned about big play offense. They thought they could get some shorter, quicker stuff and be consistent, and that's kind of what they showed there.
What they saw in preparation, what they saw in film, is a defense that likes to get out fast in terms of...
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8.
Holding offense.
Maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal.
How many games have you played?
Can this defense get the stop on the opening drive? Here's 3rd and goal. Now Goff on 3rd and goal. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker, Justin Tucker, out onto the field. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 13 on the pickup there. And that enables them to also pick up the 1st. Moves the chains. And here we go on 1st down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Now they try the right side here. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. And here are the Raven defensive starters.
C.J. Mosley's your prototypical Alabama linebacker. They'll come downhill and smack you, but they understand the game so well.
An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, they'll lose.
Come on, not fair.
And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Going for the deep ball. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Shreds the tackle.
Bro, this is ridiculous,
maybe to line of scrimmage, but that's all. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
I'm damn about to play off
bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd down.
Could be a blitzer.
Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. He's such a good route runner.
You gotta
shows
going
it there
on
3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot.
That's a new problem. They ain't got nothing to do with my eardrum. So.
Now back to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete.
Wow.
And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8.
I don't even know why teams look me in the fucking red zone. All I do is stay with the red zone. Fucking Steve Miller on a stick route.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. This is Johnson. He's got it. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1.
Well, the feel that I get on this is that they felt like 3 was just not going to be enough after getting this deep into their territory.
And Charles, correct me if I'm wrong, but it didn't even look like they hesitated there. They knew they wanted to go for it.
That tells me that during the week, they were thinking about these situations, and they feel like maybe they're just the better team, and they want to go ahead and prove it closer. After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
Back to throw. He's going to hit his
Bro,
man
he
out of the
caught the ball in the end zone. Come on. This is why I want. And now we got me fixed like this.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2.
Go ahead and custom play offense, play all offense, play moment, formation, goal line, long throw.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is into the end zone.
You ain't fast
for a
enough, TJ.
touchdown. And we drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
They'll set up the throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be
Bro, all you have to do is block him, dog.
38-yard line. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks. Fresh set of downs here. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Partner, nothing complicated here. This is just a pretty simple drag route.
You're exactly right, Brandon. Instead of throwing it downfield, they just throw it underneath and let the receiver do the work.
Who ain't got no back?
He'll drop to throw.
I bet I'll dunk on more people than you do.
Finding time. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's caught. Touchdown.
Just 2 times.
A big play there. His 9th touch.
You made a slashing shooting guard.
And we drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete.
My man,
Really
winning
nice
from that, just jumped over 2 people.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen,
Boy,
they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want.
Safety comes, moves over, leading man for a touchdown.
They go play action here on first down, surveying the field.
Pass interference on the defense.
Shot, couldn't connect.
They'll take the ball at the 7-yard line.
Pass interference, defense.
So pass interference on the defense. And Charles, this is a penalty we see all the time.
The offenses know what they're doing. They know how to create great matchups. And defenders, if you're not there in time, they will throw the flag.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Escaping the pressure right. And it's caught.
Emmanuel
Touchdown.
Sanders touchdown.
Emmanuel Sanders, his first touchdown on the year. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Somebody took time out their day to go just like one of my
12
YouTube
yards on the
videos.
pickup, and it'll give them the first down.
They must have been really,
And defensively, they were in
really
zone coverage
bored.
there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And it looks like this will likely be the last play before we hit the 2-minute warning.
Not the
Let's see if they
game.
can sneak
Not the
one
game
more
that
good
he
play
go up
in
there.
before the
God,
2-minute signal.
you talking about practice?
Looking to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. So a minute 56 to play in this first
No
half.
ball.
We're back to Baltimore after this. A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Larry Ridley will have first half highlights and analysis.
LR, plenty to show in this one.
My
Could
lowest
be a
rated
busy
starting
man
receiver
at
is an
intermission.
85
And they
overall.
pick up the first down there with a gain of 4. And they're on 3rd and short. They just tried to spread the field. It worked.
And I think that the spreading of the field, the extra receivers,
Just not
has
realizing
really
that
become
thing.
the next in the evolutionary chain in the NFL. Go all the way back. In that situation, you're handed to the fullback, right? As we evolve, maybe you pitched it to your tailback. Now you spread the field, and you have your choices of where to throw it and complete it for a first down. And those first downs do add up. The
50?
offense keeps the ball moving downfield and keeps their defense on the bench, giving them a chance to rest.
Eluding the pressure right. Gonna throw right side
Hey,
here.
they didn't name my
Complete.
man.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
I like that one,
Oh,
partner.
yeah.
They go back-to-back with excellent gains. And really, it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's the best
No,
guy.
Mike Williams
Yeah, we
had
knew that they
injury
would get him
from
involved early. They're doubling
Just
down on
rookie
getting
year.
him involved early.
Don't be surprised if
Yeah.
they'll come right back to him
87.
again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
And not able to get it
Man,
that
that's some
time.
bull.
He hit on 6 straight passes. Not there. 2nd down.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass. Excellent job. Way to knock it down.
And he will take it in for the touchdown. A great play there.
Had to be fair, man.
So now this offense will take over, and they will have the football at their own 20-yard line. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll power his way up near the 25. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming. And they're going to speed things up here. They'll throw now on the final play. And he's going to go
We'll take the sack. We'll take the
Couldn't get
sack.
a throw off with the pressure.
Hey,
Maybe that
you
was for
checking
the
me, Bill?
best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play.
Thanks, Brandon. I'm Larry Ridley, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. The Ravens...
And never mind, Larry. These two teams apparently anxious to get back at it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be
Checking it
fielded
out
on
the back of the
line of the
end
end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard
You got
line.
linemen, kickoff team, kickoff team. First
So
play
here
of the
they
half,
come, the
play
road
action
team
shot
now
game.
getting the football first to start this 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff
Don't matter.
Halftime, just working with
Look,
them
you
on.
know when to jump
Here's
ball.
what we think they're going to
Pass
do
interference on the
in the second
defense.
half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll run it now. Out we go. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Now, that result is no surprise. This team is bringing back memories of what? The 85 Bears, the 2000 Ravens. Those teams were so great against the run, they made you abandon any plans of doing that when you played against.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. The linebacker's on the stop.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
You hear what I said?
Kamale Correa able to drop it for a loss of 12. And it'll be fourth
Fuck Brown
down.
Brown. Fuck Brown Brown. Fuck Brown Brown.
Protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game. For
I didn't even punt my first down.
Lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive.
And we drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And they're coming out with a 3-1.
Then they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before.
I mean, Emmanuel Sanders is not no fast receiver.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked.
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Now they go screen.
Bro, you gotta be kidding me, bro.
He's going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. Offense working with a 3rd and 13 still left.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Gotta credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
And these are smart route players.
As he'll kick it away for the second time.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fellas got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get it.
Yeah, when you've had that much success, finally someone said, let's try and put a stop to it and put people on him.
Give him 11 yards at...
I don't think I'll play with anybody.
Will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Now this offense ready to take over again. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory.
Whoa, what the hell, man?
Position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build on.
That's amazing.
And now here's a carry heading left.
Oh my God. Block.
26. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackle was there right away for a loss of yardage.
They'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. And the offense still has a couple plays to go to pick up the first on 2nd down and 3. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there. There's no secret to beating a 3-4 when you're trying to run the ball up the middle. You have to control the guy over the nose of the center. And oftentimes, he's awfully hard to move. That's why he's there. A big guy, usually north of 300 pounds, with some agility, but somehow
Hell
you
no,
can figure out
damn.
how to move him, and most teams will double the nose. Center.
Back now in Baltimore. As we've got the final quarter upon us, we get ready to start the fourth. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. Really
Why,
nice
man? Why?
Sanders, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
See what happens when I get it.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again.
Wow.
On the release as this will be incomplete. He's lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him all day long with all the targets trying to go after him, he's obviously gotten smart and his pride has kicked in. Made a terrific play. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down.
Fucking block.
37-yard line. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progression.
I could play offense only.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. Now a play fake here on first down. And he finds a man with a crossing route. Give him 18 on that one. And it's good enough for a first down. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch. One's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he's brought down. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receipt.
And it's caught. Touchdown. Emmanuel Sanders with 2 touchdowns on the season. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. And here now the offense heading back out there. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you
Bro,
score
if he
once,
would
you
have
feel
called
like
that,
you
that
can
would
go
have
back
been
out
so
there and get it
nice.
done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And now here's a carry heading left. And he cuts it out to the sideline. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Well, that run is exactly what you expect from someone of his stature. This is a big back, so you expect him to break some tackles and gain some additional yardage. And it pays dividends, not just for himself as the game goes on, but for his team. Because when he can break down defenses and allow that type of production to happen, it also opens up the passing game in a big way, because at some point, you got to start bringing extra defenders to the line of scrimmage to try and slow him down.
They'll give it to him right up the gut.
Bro, you have got to be kidding me, bro. Block!
Time for a break. We'll come back for the
Not that hard of a concept.
After this. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On third down, Johnson.
What the fuck is Madden?
Defense going to call a timeout.
I really don't
And
care.
now
I'm
following
going
that
for it.
timeout, the defense back out onto the field. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
Watch the catch.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he can't get a
What the fuck was that,
taken
man?
down. What a huge play at this point in the game. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. And now back out comes the offense. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to loft one deep left side here. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. And with this guy, I don't know that you're surprised when he has back-to-back games like this. He just keeps excelling.
What I like about him is that every year, he doesn't settle for being one of the best in the game. He tries to make himself better. Almost like those great basketball players. I remember hearing about Kobe Bryant wanting to add something to his game every offseason. Magic Johnson, what do I need to work on to get better? Michael Jordan ended up fading away before his career was over. Those are the best. Even though they're at the top of their game, they find ways to get better.
Come on, bro. You just got fucking sacked again.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got two more to use here in the final stages. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. They'll set up a throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Bro, you just blocked my kick, bro.
Now scooped up inside the 20.
No, the fucking computer. With 16 seconds left in the game. It's a tie game. And they just won by 3. Actually, I got the ball with 3 seconds left in the game.
25-yard line as this offense gets set to take
my
over.
corner here, man. That shit don't hurt. Yeah, it's fucking screen.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And that is going to...